G'day folks, this afternoon I'm out fishing in the Lower Ovens River with Brett. I'm going to be fishing here, Brett's going to be fishing up there, and we're going to see if we can catch absolutely anything that's stupid enough to take our worms. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right now, as I said, we're in the Lower Ovens River. We're using worms for bait. We've got 2 rods each, both rigged with worms. Now you may recognise this spot. I fished here probably 3 or 4 weeks ago and I caught 6 or 7 carp and a little Murray cod. My sticks that I used last time are still there, but look at the mud on them. We've had a lot of rain since I was here last, and the river was almost flooded. It came right up. Well, you can see there's a couple of holes in the ground here. This is where I sat my chair last time, and you can see the dirty water came way up here. So the river has risen a good probably 2 metres and gone down about 1.5 metres since I was here last. So it's still a little bit higher and dirtier, but it's looking fishable. Let's go and see if we can catch a fish. Right now I've got 2 rods rigged up with a paternoster rig on each rod, a small hook and 2 Jan-Juck fishing worms. Jan-Juck worms, these have been serving me very, very well. Now this one here's got the smallest sinker. Because there's so much current, because it's still quite high, I'm going to put the smallest sinker on the downstream side. That's an important tip for anyone. If you've got a bit of current to contend with and you're using 2 rods, always put the smallest sinker on the downstream side. The reason for that is because the small sinker can move around a lot more in the current. The current's more likely to push that over against the bank or move it around a bit. This is the heavier sinker. This is less likely to get moved around by the current, so it can go on the upstream side. But because of the current, in each case, there's no need for me to cast out too far. That's probably far enough. The further I cast out into that strong current, the more line that I've got that can pick up that current and create drag and drag the sinker around. So reasonably close to the bank is a good option in the current. Right, so there's my chair, my bucket, my esky, all set up ready to go. And if you're looking for Brett, there he is up there. Brett's about probably 10 or 15 metres upstream. Well, that was a good sign. Brett's had his first bite. I've only been here about 5-10 minutes and Brett's had a bite already. Just had a small nibble on me worms. Pretty funny how all the rods have got worms on them. I might as well have said just had a small nibble on one of my rods. That's a fish. Oh, that's definitely a fish. Oh, I missed it, I think, too. Got him. I've got him. I'm on. Only a very little fish. It's a little Murray cod. What is it, mate? A tiny little Murray cod. Well, I can't wet my hand, folks, so please don't get upset with me. I'll tell you about wetting the hands in a second, but I'll show you this fish first. There we go. Lovely little Murray cod. The reason I'm thumbing him and not holding him is because I couldn't wet my hand. Nice little Murray cod. He's only about probably 17 or 18 centimetres long. Excellent to see. See you later, mate. The reason you see me wet my hand in my videos is because when you touch the fish, if you damage the fish's protective slime, it can open up risk of infection for the fish. So basically the slime is like the immune system around the fish. When we get a cold, we have a weakened immune system. We can weaken the fish's immune system by damaging the slime. If our hands are wet, we're less likely to damage that slime. But even if we do damage the slime, it doesn't mean it's going to get an infection. It just means it's got a greater chance of getting an infection. So in order to do the best we can by the fish, it's best if we just wet our hands if we can. And I'm not going down there. And I was only talking to Brett a minute ago. I said I'd hate to fall in here because with this muddy bank, I don't know how I'd get out. I'd have to swim down the river somewhere until I found somewhere I can get out. But anyway, I'm leaving that worm on the hook. Gonna catch another fish on the same worm. We're on the board, bro. It's only a small board, but we're on the board. Wasn't quite big enough to have it stuffed and hang over the fireplace. Now that little Murray cod that I threw back, he'll be a naturally recruiting fish. The Ovens River system is not stocked with Murray cod. I think it was back in around the early 1990s. The river was a real mess after the 60s, 70s and 80s. There was a lot of poaching and a lot of fish taken out, and the river was in a hell of a mess. But in the early 90s, there was a once-off stocking of Murray cod to help re-establish the population, and since then, everything's been naturally recruiting. They've re-established so well that they spawn each year. Other rivers like the Broken, the Campaspe, the Loddon, they get stocked with Murray cod each year. But the Ovens River, it doesn't. It runs natural. It hasn't got a lake on the actual Ovens River. There are a couple of lakes and a couple of tributaries, but the main river itself is fully natural, and as a result the fish can spawn naturally and we get very good natural cod recruitment, and that would have been a naturally recruited Murray cod. Just had a nibble on the worm. I always go to say just had a nibble on the worms. They're all, there he goes again. They're all worms, Robert. I think I'm just that used to having a cheese rod or something in as well, or a corn rod or something. I didn't see the bite, but my rod's dancing around quite a lot just here. My worm rod. I know I keep saying worm rod. The plan was I was going to have one worm rod and one corn rod, but Brett forgot the corn. You had one job, Brett. You had one job. Bring the corn. I just had a nice bite on here. I didn't see it. I just happened to look back and the rod was dancing around like a dick in a gumboot, so something must have given it a fair old yank. I rang the doctors yesterday and I said, I need to make an appointment for tomorrow, please. And she said, okay, I've booked you in for 10. I said, 10? I only need one appointment. That's a fish bite. Got him. Come on, bro. That's a big old carp. The first one of the night. Yeah, no, don't get in the other line. No. The old carpio. Right, I was just saying to Brett a minute ago, it's amazing how I was here only 3 or 4 weeks ago and the carp fishing was nuts. And now, tonight they've been really quiet. Now I'm using my little weeny old net, which is a bit undergunned for this sort of fish. And that's because my good net that I just bought recently is just on vacation somewhere over at Broken Creek where I left it last. Can you just keep your eye on that rod for me, Brett? Just make sure that this one doesn't fail. Hook it and then pull it in the drink. He's going for a run. Just watch out for this ground here. It's slippery. It's as slippery as an eel in Greece. You know why John Travolta broke his leg? He slipped in Greece. God, Brett! I think this one's got it.
I think so, yeah.
Either that or that's got a big bite.
Yeah, I reckon you might have. I reckon you're going again, whatever it is.
I don't think he has got it actually. He has now. Yeah, he might have it now. I'll try and bring him down here away from it a bit. I don't think he's got it now, so just keep your eye on it.
Yep, I've got it.
It looked like a bite. It's all happening. Hasn't happened. Current time is 5:45 PM. We arrived here at about 3:30. I got that little cod in the first 10 minutes and it's been really quiet. You have to be very careful here. This mud is as slippery as a butcher's prick, and if I go in the drink, I don't know how I'm going to get out. The internet, in the one, almost so close. I missed that net. I bought that net specifically for this purpose.
No, I think it must go here, mate. There's no...
Normally it's sunglasses that I leave on the banks of waterways, or pocket knives. Not whole landing nets. You reckon it might have been this one? In there, in you get. Got him. He's in. Ugh. He is in like Flynn. There you go, folks. It's carp o'clock. Right, now that carp gave quite a good account of himself on this light gear. I caught him on the same worms that I caught that small Murray cod on earlier. Hey Brett, there's a king parrot in the tree right above your head. See it? It's right there in that hollow. You're about 5 metres above you. There he goes. Beautiful bird. There's Brett. And just above him in that tree, there is a beautiful king parrot. G'day, mate. How good is that? Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a fish bite. Got him. I think I've carped up again. I think it's a carpipotamus. That's a yellow belly, definitely a yellow. I can tell by the fight. A yellow bellied carp, I'm guessing. Geez, bro, they've just come on the chew. Look at the size of the bloody thing.
Carp?
Yeah. Big. Big.
Talking 70 plus.
Pound.
Pound? Holy Lord.
It didn't even really give much of a bite. I just looked up and my rod was just sort of pulling straight over only a little bit. That's definitely a fish. I reckon if I hadn't noticed, I would have sat there for about 2 or 3 seconds and then said, gee, I'm hooked, and then just gone nuts.
Big, whatever it is.
Did you see it before when it came up near the surface?
Yeah.
Have you got bells on your rod down there?
You do it. I don't care.
Splash.
You do it. I don't care. Easy, bang. You don't want to come up.
I'm hooked. Look at the rod.
I know.
The bloody reel's going. He's buckled all right.
At least give me a bit of a shot and I'll hook
I don't know how you're going to go getting it in that net. It's going to take a fair bit of skill.
No, that's right. You know me, I'm the net king.
I'm going to have to go and buy a new net.
Well, that's a big carp, yeah. We saw a whole lot of him that time.
Not as big as I thought. I'm probably around the mid-60s, I reckon. We'll call him 64 because that's the year the Beatles came to Melbourne, I think.
We'll just follow him out a little bit more. Robbie's having fun. Robbie's getting a workout.
I am. I reckon I've burned about 600 calories fighting this fish so far.
Any day, you know, any time soon.
What's Straub say? It's just going to take long.
Yeah.
It's just going to take long. What about now? Oh, Brett's going in for the kill.
Oh, mate, come on. Don't be scared, Brett.
He said bullshit to them, mate. I'm going for a swim back out to the middle of the river, mate. Do you remember Guido Hatzis?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, he was hilarious.
Oh, that was
But I'm not going to go in that land in the mud, okay?
What was that one, the fruiterer?
Oh, Con.
Con. Con the fruiterer, I loved it. Here we go. You get one chance at this big cat, boy.
Oh, you are the man.
All yours.
Thanks, bro. I was trying to work out what that thing Con used to say was, and I can't bloody remember. Oh, beautiful, that's right. Beautiful. Right, now I've just put my line back in the water there. We'll never ever know how big that carp was because we had a few technical difficulties with him once we got him on the bank. So I'm gonna guess around the mid-60s. He was quite a large fish. I reckon 65 would be a pretty safe guess. Right, well, that fish certainly fought very well. I've got the line back in now. Both lines are in. It's getting later in the day. It's currently 20 past 6. We're both secretly hoping that we can catch an Ovens River yellow belly this evening. He's back now. Got him. Oh, have I got him? I got him. He's not very big. This might be a little carp, Brett. It is a trout cod. No, it's not. It's a muzzer. And he's hooked a bit deep. He's hooked way deep. Another weeny little Murray cod around about the 20, not even 20 centimetres, probably 17 or 18 centimetres. He's hooked deep. So I'll break through the line with my teeth and I'll say, bon voyage. Shit, my other rod's going. Oh, I missed it. God, I've just missed a nice bite on this rod while I'm about to put this rod back in. It's all happening. Brett's about to hook up. You got him? Brett has hooked up. Brett's time to shine.
Very fine. Oh, no, it's going to be hot now.
Do you need the net, bro?
No, I don't.
Very small. Very tiny, Brett says.
It's not big. That's just in Europe. Well, it's bigger than I thought. I'll just don't muck around. Get him into that, Rob.
Hang on.
Get him in
He's
that.
got to go in head first.
Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I've caught a fish.
Well done, bro.
Thanks, mate. Alright, I'll hit that'd be what? That'd be good 55. Bit bigger?
Yeah,
oh,
easy.
No, bigger, yeah. Rolly.
Brett's decided to humanely dispatch of the carp with the axe. He also dispatched of his sinker.
What a wally.
Brett, is that your other rod?
Probably. Oh shit.
I just heard a big noise up there.
It's gone.
Has the rod gone in?
The rod's gone.
The rod's gone in the drink.
I'm not sitting yet.
Oh no.
Oh shit. You do it. I don't care.
You do it. I don't care.
Dead set it's been pulled in.
It's gone. It's sitting right here.
I'll grab my rod and see if we can catch it, eh?
Oh no.
Oh no, Brett's rod's just been pulled in the drink. That's they're going fishing for Brett's rod. Can't be too far away, surely. Surely the fish can only drag a rod so far without getting snagged. Gone but not forgotten. Something's pulled it in. I'm really hoping that I snag it with one of these other rods. I've just been up there for 10 minutes casting this bait rod around with the paternostery trying to hook it. I've actually got a heavy rod with 50-pound line in my car that I use with my Deeper Pro Plus. So my Deeper Chirp, I mean. So Brett's just put the big lipless crankbait on my old cod rod to see if he can just sort of hook it with a lipless crankbait. Hopefully he can. It's a nice little nibble there then. Looks very carpy, but I'm getting a bite here. Yeah, I reckon it's a carp. It's very much a carp looking bite. Got him. Yeah. He's not very big. He might not be a carp looking bite. This is a very small carp. It is a small gudu. That's another small muzzer. Another little Murray cod. I think this one's bigger than the last two, but only by a little bit. He's probably 23, 24 centimetres. There we go. Another little lovely Murray cod. Tiny little fish. It's great to see so many of these tiny fish around. Brett's just hooked a little cod.
I'm sitting here trying to... I ain't gonna film it,
No, I don't think so. Yes.
You wouldn't believe it, guys. I'm sitting there trying to jag me rod back up, and I felt this toot. I went, hang on, what's going here? And I've actually hooked a bloody little Murray cod.
With a sinker on it and all.
With a sinker and all.
Can I have a look at that?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, but folks, I promise Brett's not fishing for cod out of season.
Not.
He's put this huge big sinker on his line with a lipless crankbait because he's trying to jag his fishing rod that got pulled in earlier. And even with the big sinker on the lure, he still managed to catch a little Murray cod.
Oh, how freaky is that? Quick, I'll get him straight back in.
Well, the fish have gone one up on Brett. They stole his rod. But anyway, despite losing a fishing rod, Brett and I have had a fantastic afternoon. Lots of laughs, lots of fun. Thanks very much for watching. If you've liked this video, I want to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because with the weather warming up, there's going to be a lot more videos coming out soon.